Hello everyone, I'm Mark Wayne, and welcome to the best day of my life. Well, today, it's early August, it's August 3rd, 2019, and it's another great day on the planet. Again, I'm just so grateful and thankful no matter what is going on in my life, positive, negative, hopefully it all balances, but I'm very grateful for another day on this planet. It's a wonderful thing, and I try to make the most of every day, and I try to be the best person I can be. So today, on the best day of my life, we're gonna visit some comfort food from my mom. I lost my mom in April. She passed away at age 89, so she's off on her next journey. And as anybody who absolutely loved their mom with all their heart, I miss her terribly, and of course I think she was the best mom on the planet, which hopefully you feel the same way about your mom. And my mom was very big on comfort foods. She was not a chef by any means, but she was a good cook. And she grew up on a farm in western PA. And the food that she learned to make and the food that she made for us growing up was always comfort food. We rarely went out to eat. If we went out, it was usually a special occasion. It might have been a holiday. And sometimes we'd get takeout of sandwiches, cheesesteaks, and every once in a while a pizza. But even with pizza, my mom would get the Chef Boyardee box. The pizza mix, and she would make pizza at home, and it was great. But today we are going to make one of my favorite things that my mom made. She called them porcupine balls. Porcupine meatballs, as you would probably call them, but very simply, it's wonderful hamburger that you roll together with some spices and with long grain white rice. You brown them. Then you bake them with tomato sauce, and as the meat cooks and bakes, the rice cooks inside and starts to poke out of the sides of the meatball, hence looking like a porcupine. So that's why they were always called porcupine balls. They're absolutely delicious. It's absolutely comfort food. They're great if you make a whole batch and stick a bunch in the refrigerator and heat them up, for lunch or dinner. So having said that, let's get into the kitchen and make some porcupine balls. Here we go. All right, so we're in the kitchen. Just starting things off right now. A couple pans there. We're getting ready to mix the meat mixture. I've got the ground beef, some onions, rice, a bunch of seasonings. We're going to mix it all up. We're going to roll them into tiny little meatballs and start browning them right there. And that's what's going to happen. Alright, so we rolled the meatballs, and now we're just finishing up browning them. Got a couple of them in there, a couple final ones. These are already browned. And what's going to happen is I'm going to pour the sauce onto the meatballs, and I like to put them in the oven for half an hour or so just to finish it off so the sauce gets through all the meatballs. It's going to be delicious. It's the best day of my life. So, the meatballs are now covered in sauce and in the oven. Just starting to bake throughout. So, I'm going to do a little cleaning up of the kitchen. And then we'll take a look at those meatballs in about half an hour or so when they are finished. It's awesome. Okay. Meatballs have been in the oven for about half an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. It's okay. Mention the sauce. So the porcupine meatballs are hot, delicious, and right out of the oven. Oh, Mom would be proud. It's time to taste. Well, all right, my friends. We just spent, an hour and a half or so, maybe a little bit longer, in the kitchen making porcupine balls or porcupine meatballs, a comfort food that my mom used to make. Was one of my favorites. I try to make it every so often for my daughters because they love it as well. But as I said, I lost my mom in April, and I've been fortunate enough to have all of her recipe books, and not just recipe books, but I have like recipe folders of Mom's comfort food recipes, all in her own handwriting, that she gave to me. So a lot of the things that she has made over my life, I have, and just taking the time to make food that she used to make and enjoy it just warms my heart, brings back the memories of my mom, and makes today the best day of my life. And so that's what we got, porcupine meatballs. So it's time to take a peek and see what they look like, see what they taste like. All right, there's two of the meatballs on the plate. Many times when I make these, I will do buttered egg noodles and put them over egg noodles, almost like it was spaghetti and meatballs, but it's with egg noodles. Put a little bit of red sauce over the top. You don't really have to. You could serve it with peas, just a salad or whatnot, because it already has rice in the inside, which gives you your carb. And because I'm trying to watch my carbs, I'm not going to have too many of them. But this is what they look like when you. I always put extra sauce. I like it nice and saucy. But when you break them open, that's the inside, and you'll see all the rice, cooked rice in the inside of the meatball. They're so tender. Let's give this a shot. Man, that is good. Holy cow. I mean, which way? This one? No, there they are. Wow. The basic recipe basically has you just pouring the sauce over the meatballs in a pan. My mom used to put them in a large casserole dish, put the sauce over it, and then put it in the oven for about 45 minutes, and just cook the hamburger and everything through. And that just makes the sauce go through. That makes it's just they're so tender, so incredibly tasty. You've got the hamburger, you've got the rice, you've got the great tomato sauce. God bless you, Mom, for making porcupine balls throughout my life, so now I can make them. I'm grateful. Well, this has been Mark Wayne, episode number 2 of Best Day of My Life. And what made this the best day of my life is the fact that I've got Mom's recipes, I've got the memories of Mom, and I'm capable of going into the kitchen and recreating some things. We'll probably do some more food episodes in the future. Hannah and I are going to attempt Mom's hickory nut cake. It's difficult, but it's the best cake I've ever tasted. So that's coming up in the future, all right? Episode 2, if you liked everything, make sure you look down below and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Ask them to subscribe. Hit the bell. I'm going to post the recipe down below. And you can feel free to add and subtract some things to it. I like to put a little crushed red pepper in there to spice it up a little bit, but you don't have to. This is one of those things where you can kind of experiment with adding a little bit more spices or seasonings and things that you may like. So if you make it, drop me a line, tell me how you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next episode of Best Day of My Life with Mark Wayne. Peace. Thank you so much.